Thank you so much for staying tuned to this channel. If you just joined us, this is TMI. You can call it This Morning on ITV. Today, this discussion segment is all about regulatory mechanism. Yeah, and we're taking a look at prices of items in Edo State. Last week, you saw an NGO, civil society organization, coming to give the federal government ultimatum to bring down the price of cement. Yeah, that's on one hand. On the other hand, you got to see fish sellers protesting, saying the prices of iced fish in the market is getting beyond the reach of citizens in Edo State. Not ordinary man and not common man, but generally everyone is complaining. 1 scubion, 1,000. Where are we heading to? If you go to the market, generally compare prices, rice, beans, palm oil, you just name it. Food items, building materials, you just go to the market, especially in Edo State. Why is it on the high side? This is what we want to take a look at on today's discussion segment on This Morning on ITV. Then after which, we'll take a look at the Nigerian farmer's tale. Food security and insecurity. With me here in the studio to talk about this, you get to hear put food on the table. That's why I had to send messages to him. Though you didn't see it, I had to call him again at night. Obaraye, where are you? You gotta hear put food on the table. You will not hear all these things happening. Join me to welcome the voice of the masses, Osanho Okoro Obaraye. Welcome to TMI on this edition. All right. And he was a one-time vice chairman of Ego local government, one-time acting chairman of a local government, and agriculture race, political analyst. Join me to welcome Honorable Desmond Ubo. Welcome to TMI on this edition.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. He is a vibrant youth. When you talk about youth organization, he's into it. Activism, he's into it. And when you talk about political analysis, he's into it. Talk about politics, he's in-depth into it. Entrepreneurship, he's also very much involved. Join me to welcome Samuel Ehigato, aka Aras. Welcome to TMI on this edition.
Listen, good morning.
All right.
Good morning, viewers.
Okay, Obaraye, last week I saw you in midst of some activists protesting vehemently against increase in prices of cement, that is building materials. And after that report, is it 2 or 3 days later, we saw market women also are men, fish sellers protesting, saying this is getting too much in Edo State. Hike in essential commodities in Edo State. Obaraye, you are at the forefront. What do you have to say about this?
Thank you so much. Listen, I think that wasn't a protest. The protest is about coming.
Okay. Oh, is this about coming?
Yeah,
it was shut down.
After the ultimatum that has been served, I think it's high time we go to the street. This time it's not going to be. The last time we wanted to do it, the police came, the government came, and they stopped us and they said we don't have right to it. I saw also on the other side. We've already told our lawyers who will anytime from now serve the police to sue them for breaching our constitutional rights. We said we can do whatever we want to do, provided we don't go against the law. So we will also go to that one later. The reason is because I think when you have insincerity in leadership, insincerity in governance, this is what you get. We have a government that is far off from the people. So far that they don't even know that a fish now is 1,000 on the market. They don't know because they use our taxpayers' money and get it free, so they don't even know. And get it. Our leaders, I think, for since when they came into office, maybe once or twice, they've not gone to the market to say, "Madam, how much is your gari?" Then, if I bought gari $500 last week and it's now 700 or 1,000, as a leader, you need to ask, what has happened? How come this thing I bought 700 last week is now 1,000? The commoners, we don't have strength to ask. Before we see where I eat at area, 2 pounded yam and vegetable soup, I'm okay. But now the woman has so decreased this pounded yam now that even 4, I can't take it. And when you ask the woman, she start telling you, now the way I take buy, now I wanted one. So I now ask, where I do see money has not been increased. So how come you are increasing yours? So you see everybody trying to ponder on top of everybody just because we are going to blame the government. Then we are also going to see that our own individually we are so greedy. When a man, you know that as we speak in Edo, cement price is now one of my clients bought a property at Sapele Road and wanted to start up immediately. When the person was buying that property, cement was about 2007. Immediately the person finished payment, cement became 4,000 plus. And that was the end of Captain Marvel. What happened? The person has to slow down because even calculating the amount for cement will not even allow the job continue. So that person has to pause on. So it goes to tell you the insincerity of government. Why is cement that outrageous when you people produce it in a dough? Yeah. So what were in terms of preference in the contract? So you mean we can also enjoy what we produce here at Ipeshi? What we have here, this is what we have here. We are not saying they import it from Sokoto. This is what we have in our backyard, the cement. So why don't you, leave the transportation, come and buy at our place for 1,500 or 2,000. So you can see in a country where one man, an individual, over 200 million people supply everybody sugar. That same country, one man doing every business, and you tell me the man has brain upstairs in doing business. Listen, if you are given that same opportunity, that in Nigeria today you are the only person that will bring it phone. Even on your wheelchair, you become a successful man because you bring it, you sell it out when you want to sell. Nobody controls price. There is nothing in place now in Edo as we speak. If you say it, they'll say because you are not in government. No, but this is what concerns everybody.
Okay.
There is no regulatory body asking. In the days before this government, there was agencies that regulate fuel that will come and say, "Come, why are you selling at this point?" Do you know now we see that if you buy fuel here at Oluku for 160 naira or 165, you can go to Apapa and buy the same for 168. You can go to Sapele and buy 172. So you can say everything is just as if nobody is
regulated.
Nobody.
I'll come back to your barrier. I'll come back to, because you were at the forefront talking about you have to bring down this price. Civil society organization activists, they came out in mass to say enough is enough. Honorable Desmond, how do you feel about this development?
Very, very, very appalling because it concerns every citizen of this country. You know, the issue of food security is a global phenomenon that is required to cushion the effect of population growth. Because when there is existence of human, there is need for provision of available, accessible, and safe, healthy, and nutritious food in circulation. And that is just the basic definition of food security. Today, you hear market women crying, buyers are crying, sellers are also crying that the prices of commodity are skyrocketed. We are talking about an economy where there is so much inflation. What must have attributed this inflation is when there is too much money in circulation pursuing few goods in circulation. And you and I know that inflation is the persistent general rise in the price level of goods and services in the country. We are faced with the reality now. Let us properly situate the blame. Both the government and the people and the system are all culpable in this insecurity that we are faced with. Government in itself should provide laws and enabling environment for food security to be guaranteed. In this country, we have seen where government have rolled out loans to farmers in the name of food security or food development policies. And these loans, or rather funds, landed in wrong hands, making it impossible to realize the very objectives and aims for which such money were released. We have seen in this country where fertilizers that ought to have gone to farmers, real farmers, to ensure that food is made available. We have also seen that at a time in this country and in this state, Edo State, many people went into the production of catfish and poultry. But today the reverse is not the case. Because fertilizers are now going to wrong hands, fowl feeds are in the higher side, because in the first place, production of maize or cereals, which is the raw material for the production of fowl feed, are scarce. We're in the planting season, and government has not concerted effort to cause a program to inform the citizens and to bring out money to assist real farmers to go to the field. We are saying go back to agriculture, go back to agriculture. And recently what you hear on pages of newspaper, televisions and radio is real estate, real estate, real estate. People are now going to the forest, convert same for buildings, whereas cultivation of the land for the availability of food has been de-recognized and jettisoned. So in all of this, government has not only failed, but the entire insecurity has contributed immensely to the food insecurity. Let me go back to history, where in around 1977, in the old days of military era, where price control board was established. The essence is to make sure that certain commodities in the market or in the circulations are bought at a fixed rate. Namely, we have salt, we have sugar, we have milk, we have bicycle, we have motorcycle parts and motorcycle itself, cars and car parts, and petroleum products. They were properly regulated and even criminalized those who will attempt to increase the price in the section 6 and subsection of that relevant law. Let me tell you that that law is still in existence. It has not been prescribed, it has not been repealed, but it has been set aside. Now, the reason why all these laws and all these measures has not worked is because of the size and complexity of our country. Now, we have grown. My friend just mentioned over 200 million. The last population census, which I actively participated as an enumerator, I knew that we recorded well over 400. And as we speak, we know that the population explosion rate, you have seen it, where communities that were hitherto hamlets have sprung up. Areas that you have seen as a bushy and forest areas have been occupied by humans. So all these are pointed to the fact that we need to also expand in food production. But let us also not forget that the occupation of bandit, terrorism, Boko Haram, and all forms of criminality of the forest has removed those few farmers who, after the advent of 1999 democracy, they left the village and came back to the urban center for greener pastures, and the few ones that were left has been quitted away from the forest.
Okay,
and all these are what we are seeing today, that the price of commodities that we hitherto bought for 5 naira is now being priced above 20 naira.
Okay,
because there is scarcity of commodity or produce, and there is much money by way of government insensitivity economically to cushion the effect of inflation, pumping money into the circulation, thereby encouraging much money to pursue full a few goods in circulation.
Now, people have the opinion that this is peculiar in Edo State. That's part of the point Honorable Ray. He said it's peculiar in Edo State in the sense that if you go to other states, when you compare prices relatively, it's somewhat different. In Edo State, according to this report we are getting, it's higher, especially in Benin City. Why is it so?
Always in it's a question we always try to ask ourselves most times in terms of this price hike. When you go to neighboring states, you find that most of these commodities are more lesser, cheaper, and more valuable. But when you come to Edo State, you find that they are very expensive and sometimes not available. Then we now ask ourselves, what is the problem? Why is it so? Because these same marketers, these same farmers, these same women, they go down to the same northern part of the state or the country to buy goods at a lower price. And then you now bring it to Edo State. The middlemen, I believe, the union, I believe, we ourselves, I believe, are the big problem. Not just the government alone. I will come to the government. Where our problem lies is in Edo State. Whatever that has gone up never comes down. They love it. Even though in other states that, just like the rice issue, it was very expensive at a particular time last year, and Edo State also increased, and we are all buying for the high price. But I remember categorically when it became cheaper, the Lagos State government sent mechanisms into the market to checkmate the women how much they are selling, because they were given a particular price that's maximum to be sold for, which some women were even arrested, prosecuted by mobile court. Is that not a good thing to the Lagosians? So why is it not so possible in Edo State to have such mechanism to go to the market, to checkmate these shops? Why these things are springing every day? Because you can buy something today at 1,800, and you go bury the next morning, you have to buy it for 2,000 naira. What has happened between yesterday, probably around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock you bought it, this same oil, and that morning, 9 o'clock, that have now increased the oil to 200. And this is the same oil that we produce here. These foodstuffs we are even talking about, majority are produced here. So what is even the reason for the increase? We should ask ourselves. We have the heart to punish ourselves. That is my own major problem about the hike. We have the heart, we Nigerians, to punish ourselves.
Okay.
Most especially the dealers in this aspect. Because I can go to the market. I go back there a bag of rice for like 12,000 naira last week, and I sell for 15. Maybe I go back again, I buy for 10,000 naira. What is so difficult in removing that 2,000 and sell for 13,000? But the marketer want to keep the price because it's a higher profit for him, more profit.
All right.
And this is a problem in Edo State, particularly, most especially the South. So if you look at where these issues of price hike is, it's generally in the South, not even in the Southwest or in the northern part. Because go to Taraba State, go to Niger State, go to other states, you buy things cheaper. You can still eat with 200 naira and you overfed yourself. But right now in Edo State, if you want to have a good meal, you must have 1,500 naira to 2,000 naira.
To have a good meal.
A good meal. That is the sincere truth.
Okay.
Just like what my brother was telling me. That same area, there's a place I used to eat bush meat and pounded yam. Usually it was 600 naira then. Bush meat and pounded yam, 600 naira, 2 pounded yam, 1 bush meat. But I went there on last Sunday. Listen, I was given a bill of 1,800 naira. Just
more than 100% increase.
Two small pounded, even more smaller now.
Okay.
And the bush meat is even more smaller. But the price higher.
Higher. Okay.
A snail, 1,500 naira. This is a snail that a farm, you go to the bush to get. You don't pay for it. You get it free.
From the bush.
Yeah. And you only pay transportation, little transportation, but bring it to the urban region now. What now make the snail to be 1,500 for one snail?
Right.
Then let's go to the government. I put another higher blame on the government in the sense that, because like the example I gave just now in Lagos State, I remember something happened then in when Buhari came newly to government. He brought this executive bill of price regulation. It was sent to the Senate, House of Senate, it was sent to the House of Rep. But today we see that executive bill died in the House of Senate, died in the House of Rep. Why? Because there must have been politicians, there must have been individuals that are billionaires, that have the money to be able to suppress that bill because it will affect their business.
Okay.
People like Dangote,
right now,
and all.
I want us to start calling names.
Listen to me. This one is producing a cement in Nigeria.
Yes.
I have to call the name.
No,
It's producing a name a cement in Nigeria,
to start calling it because
which is being bought cheaper in Ghana. And in Nigeria, the toaster that is more produce is more expensive.
We'll
We
come
have
to
to
that.
talk to him directly.
We'll come to that. We'll come to
Then the
that.
government cannot rise up with the bill to say no. These people, you cannot sell what we are producing here for more than 1,500 to our citizens.
I'll come back to you.
As long as our outside state,
Yes.
our outside country is buying it cheaper than us. What is produced within
our country.
But it has been transported from here to Ghana,
All right, Arasa, you
and
just
it's cheaper there.
you just hold on.
What is happening?
You just calm down.
We are wicked to
I know,
ourselves.
just watch your emotions, because
Most of these billionaires,
I wouldn't want us.
most of these producers,
I wouldn't want us to start
I'm trying to
mentioning
let you
names.
know. Yeah, let's leave it like it. Most of these producers, they are evil to us.
Okay, now you just
They
hold
should
on.
learn to understand our pains.
I will come back to you.
The politicians that are money bags,
I will come back
should
to you.
learn that if they are buying it easy because they
Obaraye.
can get money easier,
Obaraye.
we are
Now,
not getting money easier.
He has raised points, okay? Though I caution not to mention them because the person is not here to defend himself. Okay, we're not there when the agreement was made. It seems that things are different in Edo State, especially in Benin City when you talk about prices. And people like saying that there's this allegation that they have unions that are in charge, that are involved in manipulating the prices to suit either the people that are dealing in these goods and services, thereby heaping more griefs and pain on the citizens of Edo State. What do you have to say about this allegation?
Man is wicked to man. I get it now. Not just government alone now.
No.
Man is wicked to man. I always want to deposit with personal experience so that when you see, you just see that it's not being emotional or mimical with the truth. But the truth is that because I have experienced it, I also like to tell you, I settled an issue between two of my friends on Wednesday or Tuesday. And the issue was simple. A friend of mine, on 2 occasions, a friend of mine went to price ties at Cook Road from 1, 2, 3, 4 stores, and they gave him a bill of about 3.5, 3.4. After getting that survey, he took that bill now to a close friend, a classmate, to say, my friend, good morning, I want to buy tires. Not knowing that that guy has gone through taking survey. And I said, no, what you brought now, everything's going to be 4.5. I said, no, now, can it be 4.5? I don't want to lie to you. This one told me this one told me this one. He was not shocked. He said, okay, because they've told you, I will give you for same price. And I said, no. If it was same price, I would have bought somewhere else. Because you are my classmates, I want a reduction from you. So it was the quarrel they brought to me. And I settled to say, he has respected you as a classmate. So at least, those people have also added theirs, must.
Yes.
As a classmate, now you should now use your own ego eye to look at this thing to say, okay, because you came here, this is 20,000 or 30,000. We settled that issue on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, the same tie seller, a friend of ours, gave him 1.6 million a week before to purchase ties. And the person that bought a friend to buy told him secretly, my percentage there was no issue. The tire seller now went to the market to come back on the market to say price has gone up. 6 cartons of tires will not be in that one again. You have to come and pay 30,000 for 6 cartons of tires. When the guy now asked you for percentage, say your percentage will be cancelled because price gone up. I went there again the next day
To settle quarrel.
and I told him, and I said, come my friend, it looks like you are a devil incarnate. And the pusher said, why? I said, you went to the market with money from a customer. You are back to say what you told him has been increased. I said, if you had gone to the market and everything dropped, would you have come back to tell him
That the price is lesser.
To say the price is now lesser. And everybody started laughing.
In
To say it's true, it's true. He said, so you have to bear the pains. Because there will be no way you didn't add to it. No way. No man sells the way he bought. No matter the relation he or she has with you. No man. For if Igbo man tells you, this phone, after 7,000 I buy am, just give me 500, make I know say you be my friend. That phone is 18 or 12,000. That's it, business concept. He will just tell you. He will put his own first. This is how I bought it, but add this to it. That will be my gain. That particular thing he has added 2 or 3,000 to his own first before the little you want to add to it to tell him thank you. Are you getting it now? So that is market strategy. When you come to now see this set of people, you now see that man is devil to man. Because if man is not devil to man, tell me, if truly anybody you've bought something before, they will not tell you, our guy will sing, our rice when they said that day for 20 naira, no, 10 naira, government don't reduce them. Nobody have ever told us things have been reduced. It was in this country that fuel was also reduced one time. Forget about the insincerity in government. Forget about the government don't really know about us. That's true. But I remember they said this one has been removed.
For the first time.
I did not see the transport did not reduce.
Like.
Nothing reduced.
Goods, the commodities.
Nothing. So you can say that even when people are trying to manage things, people still try. The people that stopped us not to protest that day, are you telling me they don't buy cement? Don't they know the truth? Don't they know that this thing these people want to do is real?
The benefit of all.
Am I building now presently? No. Are you getting it now? But what I'm doing, I know this thing is not clear. I hardly now go to protest. Because first of all, the age and the face. The protest must be sincere. So if you tell me cement issue is not sincere, that's why you are devilish. Because if it was 5,000 everywhere, we will not be quarreling. My brother, take up your phone and call a friend outside Benin. Just take up your phone and call.
Yeah.
Ondo, call Kogi, call anywhere. Just say, I beg my brother, how much is a bag of cement? I don't just say, if you call and they say it's the same in Edo, I'm sorry. But if you also call it's not the same, call me and tell me about it. Thank you for the information. So what has happened in Edo, and these people, the most painful aspect is that the cement is being produced year.
All right.
The people, the Dangote trucks you see spoiling supply road, they take it just from
Well, you should use the word spoil, please. The passing through. Passing through the road. All right. Don't use the word spoil, please. Passing through the road. Moreover, I wouldn't want us to attach this to brag for reasons.
Okay, I'm not.
Okay.
Do you know? It will be hard for you to not change what you built narrative. On Sunday, just a week today, I was in a party, child dedication of my cousin, and I saw Honorable Charles Benedict. He tapped me from the back and said, my brother. And you know what he told me? He said, you hardly let me go to church. I don't know, you are whistling. He said, one thing I like about you is that even when Wisi tells you what's your emotion, I don't see it in your face. So I'm telling you that people are also watching you, though you are trying to save your job, but it's also giving you to say, are you sure Wisi is not among these bourgeois? Are you not sure people are so you must also try your best, Wisi, to
also watch your emotion.
You watch your emotion, because this thing is, we pray, this thing does not also affect you. What we are saying now is real.
One day you
somebody gave me 500, I don't know him. Accept okay. He stopped me and said, boss, the way you take the talk, take 500, take continue your journey. If I was here to tell you things are not right or things are right, those things will not happen.
Okay.
So basically, you must also try to help. I know you are saving your job.
All right.
If you tell me that where the park and supply road is not being spoiled, at this point when you live in Benin, my heart bleeds.
That is a talk for another day, okay? So you just kind of accuse of us spoiling the road, they're passing through. Let's leave it at that. Okay, Honorable. Now he said if it may cost to other states, prices differ. It's like they are lesser.
It is.
So what is so special in Edo State? How come we have hikes around there?
But let me
people are alleged that because they have this union.
We'll come to that.
Right.
Let me quickly just react to the fact that my colleague said that the law providing for the controlling
Regulatory.
or the regulation of these prices has been on in the National Assembly, but all to no avail.
Over a year or 2 years.
But let me shock you that the law was specifically passed into law. That bill was passed into law February 2018. They call it Competition Consumer Protection Law.
Competition, consumer protection law.
And consumer protection law.
Okay.
That law, you know, I said, considering the size and complexity of Nigeria, and the fact that the law provided succor for the major players like Dangote, I must mention.
Well, right
in the
now,
area,
he's
in
not
the
going to
area
defend himself, so
of cement.
let's-
You know what I'm saying now?
Yeah.
If he invite him and invite me, we will discuss
say
it.
a major producer of cement.
Yes,
but
I mentioned example.
We
the
have
Dangote
to say
cement.
Please play by the rules. We have to
Where
say
between, I'm giving you statistics, between 2009 and 2017, the law which ordinarily provided that prices of commodities should be regulated by the relevant regulation agencies like Standard Organization of Nigeria and the NAFDAC. You know, this seems to be a duplication of the responsibilities of government agencies, because if you watch carefully, if you look at the letters of the enabling law establishing these agencies, they are doing the same work. Well, what they need is collaboration to making sure that those who have cultivated the habit of proliferating substandard products and fake products in circulation should be punished accordingly. That is where the issue, or rather the place of consumer protection agencies come in. Like I said that at the federal level they call it National Competition and Consumer Protection Law. But before now, there has been the existence of state-owned consumer protection committees by successive governments. It's only in this government of Edo State under Godwin Obaseki that consumer protection committee has been completely obligated.
But you're not
The reason
it's
not in existence. We are all in Edo State. You and I is in Edo State. Protect your job and watch your emotion too.
Hold on.
We are telling you what is happening.
Honorable Desmond Ubo, you are not in the office to know if it's obliterated or not in existence. So please, let's be calm.
Okay, let me tell you this, that the role of price monitoring is the exclusive reserve of this consumer protection. We also have in the area of petroleum products, the DPP or DPRO, where my brother just mentioned that if you go to some filling stations around the Onuku houses, you get it for 165, for example. If you go to Sapele Road, you get it for 168. If you go to Sapele Road, Airport Road, you get it for 163. The price is not uniform, and these are products of uncoordinated privatization policies or deregulation policies, where all of them go to the same pool of market to go and buy, and yet they sell at different prices. Now, the government should have come in by way of ensuring that the means of transport or the road through which all these things are transported to the various outlets for retail are properly maintained. The government should have played their role in that area. But looking at price mechanism, the Consumer Protection Committee should have come in, one, to ensuring that the prices of commodity and the complaint thereof from consumers are redressed through the negotiation, mediation, and conciliation mechanism. The other day we saw in Edo State, traders were protesting over the arbitrary hike in the price of fish, and there is no place to cry to. That brings to the fore why I said that there is not the existence of Consumer Protection Committee in Edo State. Instead, they would have taken their complaint to the appropriate quarter. And yet, since the complaint was channeled to wrong quarters, the relevant authority or the agency or the committee has not come out to say, no, you should have cried to that place, or let us come in to say, let us redress what has been complained of. And that goes to show that there is not the existence of Consumer Protection Committee as far as Edo State is concerned. And that is the reason why you see traders place different prices to different communities and nobody is there to ask them. Prices of commodities are not uniform. Even the market economy which the Nigeria government currently practiced, where traders or businessmen are free to determine the prices of goods and services, are not properly synchronized. The reason because government on its own has failed in providing enabling environment, providing the requisite resources and funding to ensuring that the food in itself is secure, making it available and accessible, safe and healthy for the consumption of the populace.
Thank you so much, Honorable Desmond Ubo. You've spoken at length. And it's like you are dodging this aspect of union. I asked Obai the question. He spoke.
But excuse me.
He has the floor now.
Okay.
He has the floor now.
Listen,
the price of, because these are the allegations. So you talked about a regulatory body not present in this administration. You use a term that didn't go down too well with me, not in existence, of that nature. But they may be there. We don't know that yet.
Inactive.
But maybe inactive for now. Maybe they'll become active later. So if say they're not in existence, that's where I have a knack with. Now, the presence of all this union as alleged by so many persons in the society. What do you have to say about that?
And one of the people alleging that the unions are also out of evil hands in this game.
Evil hands in the game.
Seriously.
They have an evil hand in the game because they control the market women. They control the vulcanizer. They control the vulcanizer, common vulcanizer. They control it, the union. So even the market women, they control it. They have reasons for this because they are benefiting highly from it. They are making high benefit. But without thinking of the citizens, without thinking of their own children. That's why I always use the word evil mind, because it is only an evil mind that will want to put pains on a fellow man when he knows clearly that this thing I'm doing is a pain to these people, and he still continue doing it. As I'm speaking with you, Wilson, in Taraba State, bag of rice is still bought at 10,000, 12,000 as at present. But in Edo State, 27, 26, 27, 30,000. Listen, you want to tell me that they use 17,000 naira for transporting one bag of rice from Taraba State to Edo State? This union that controls the price, when they bring it, they tell them how to go. And when you now get to the retailer has no other options than also add their own to be able to achieve profits. They are the evil hands in this game. Where I see the government failing against these unions, you take the situation like the fish protest. Okay, people came out, this fish is too expensive now. We can't even, these are sellers that were even complaining. To tell you that they have a reason, they know that what they want to do, when they buy this fish at this high price, it's going to be pain to the people. Even to sell it is even a problem for them. Some might even be getting rotten in their own house because it's too expensive. So they came out now to speak their mind. Ask me, Wilson, which government agency have come on air, whether on radio, on newspaper, on television, to say, I want to look into this issue of these people? Why these pains? Why this cry out? We all went to Ring Road to protest against the cement. This same government that we expected to even have an interest in that protest, because it is due to the benefit of the general public of Edo State. This same government caged us not to be able to protest. Then the complaint that came out of that situation, that you caged us, you did not even address it. Then you tell me that is a regulatory body in existence in Edo State, WISN? Because those are their job. Then if they are there and they have not taken a single action upon the cry of the individual citizens, I see reports every day where people cry out on her. Oga will not fit buy something for market again. Oga, everybody's complaining. But the government himself that have the right, the full constitutional right, to be able to say, no, this thing is getting to the pain of my people that elected me to serve them. Let me take an action. That is what I took an example for Lagos State with the issue of rice and beans and all those things. When it was increased, the government was watching. When it got decreased, the government did not watch. They sent people to the market to checkmate if this price has been brought down according to the way it is now. Because they made an announcement. And as the announcement was made by those Iyeki, like it is like Iyeki, they use them in Lagos, those model markets.
Yeah.
They made an announcement. They catch this woman say the same password they talk. Now, but in Edo State, we have been crying consistently. The unions, they are quiet. Who are, as if they don't have a hands in it, we say. If they don't have a hands in it, they would have taken the fight to the government. Just like the same way the fish people did. But the union are benefiting quietly and to the pains of the individual citizens of Edo State and on Nigeria at large.
All right.
Why the government, I find them so obsolete, so disappointing, that something that you know, it is eating on your citizen. What's the purpose of government?
All right. All right. I will come back to you.
What's the purpose of government?
I'll come back to you.
If you can solve the simplest issue of putting food in the table, like my brother always say, to make it easier for them, then you are not there as a government.
Okay. Now,
It's a
Obaraye.
disappointment.
Okay, Obaraye, does it not mean that these unions are stronger than the government?
Yeah, thank you. The government is union, union is government.
Yes. I don't get it. How?
And government is union, union is government.
Can you please throw more light on that?
Yes, it's simple. Just listen.
Yeah.
How they do it is that they have people in government which the union gives money to.
These are spurious allegations. Because you
I should explain it to
yes, of course, right now you're not.
Listen to his explanation.
Yes,
You cannot compare and contrast him from other person.
I said government is union, union is government. You say you don't understand it, I should throw more light on it.
Yes.
You're not listening, I'll throw more light so you can understand it.
All right.
I get it now.
All right.
They have people in government.
Allegations, right?
They have people in government
Say
who
we
they
should
give money to.
give you names.
I'll give you the nitty-gritty so you understand it. Before my friend Osawa Baze, the former chairman, built a market at Saplewo down after winners. This by the right.
Yeah.
He was about completing it before the government changed hands. And my big brother, Jackie Sosude came, installed borehole, built toilets, and commissioned the toilet, the market. And at the end, people from Santana Market were told to move down. And even before they moved, the union did not allow. Because they know people are like want to get freedom. That's why they don't want it. But at the end, those people left and they started their own market. And in a jiffy, they formed their own union again, formed their own government.
From another union in that market.
Yes, now because there's always a market inside a market. Are you getting it now? So what now happened was they started billing people for stores 250,000. Not government billing them now. They pay to government to get store. Now the union is not billing you 250, which is like, let's call it initiation process for you to become a member of that market, which government has given you license to market. The women protested straight down to where the local government. And my big brother there, Uyigwe, told them that this is not the money they said, that this is money they said. And that was the end of the story. The women never protested again. Those that protested, they were meted in justice for it. And they paid that money to start. Those people now will first of all go and look for that 250 in whatsoever way. So anything they collect, they must add the benefit of that 250 in to get it back. These people protested to government or they didn't protest, they protested. Did the government react or not? They reacted. What did they say? They said no that money, but this is the money. Did we hear again? So you can see that union is government, government is union. Because the women didn't know. They thought that if they go to a radio, everything would have ended.
Like that.
And nobody don't answer them to say this is not, I want was 10,000, 15,000, we don't know of 250, we will send merchandise to look in place so that anything we hear will come back to us. That was the end of the story. Those women went there back, depressed. They had to now say sorry to those union. We won't do it again. Sit down now. So you can say that if truly government was not union or union was not government, would the government the next day or that same day go to that market? It happened in one of these African countries.
Anyway, the government wouldn't agree that they are union.
Yes, no, yeah, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not saying government. You know what is government? Already local government is a government. Is it not a government? So people there, yesterday they protested there now. And you're telling me that is a government too. Why did that government come out boldly to say this is the receipt of the 10,000? Anybody that pay more than 10,000, don't report to me. Go and report to
the police station.
Police station, so. Then we'll continue the issue. We don't want. You do you know what it takes? What will suffer most times, my brother? Let's so that we not. It happened in one of these African countries where the Minister of Interior stayed in the queue, wanted to get his passport renewed, and the man there don't know him with face mask, just like me, my big brother is wearing that. Said you must give me my tip, and the guy paid the tip. As he was paying the tip, they now did for him, and he now showed his identity card. And that guy was arrested immediately. If that man did not pass through the process the other people was passing, he would not know what the people are feeling. If our government wants to renew their passport today, the number one passport commander in Edo anywhere, go to the office and give to them. They don't go there. But we see, tomorrow Monday morning, go and start your passport process in Benin. If you start it tomorrow May, you will get it maybe if you are too fast in November. Yeah. If you are too fast, you even get it. That is in a government where another person in government will start tomorrow, get it tomorrow. Why didn't that person pass through the same process that we passed through so that the petty can be corrected? Not on pages of newspaper, not just speaking. Follow the process we do pass. Sometimes leave your comfort zone. Go and enter Uwelu to Ringo, sit down in the car, feel the pulse of that woman, hear their complaint. Let them tell you that things are no longer the same. We are dying. Are you getting it now? People are scared to talk because if they talk, they go back. It's because of our enlightenment. A friend or a boss of mine that I told you that is in their VGN, Lucky Made, was manhandled by the head of his office, the officer. He was beaten. I came back, he complained to me, and I told him, my brother, what happened? And he told me, I said, I'm going to meet the head of his VGN. When he saw that I was going with fellow comrades, he started begging me. He said, boss, they will beat me again. They say, you come with human rights. I beg now, boss. I said, you can see that you will continue suffering.
You don't want a correction.
I get it. And when we got there, on meeting the people, what? Now your brother, I said, yes. Even if it's not my brother, don't do it again. Don't beat anybody. You don't have right to beat people. I get it. We must cut it. And the boy got home and was still shivering that he's scared to go to work. I said, why will you still be scared? He said because okay. I don't complain. So our people don't want to complain. They don't prefer to suffer.
All right, thank you so much, Obaraye. You've spoken that, like Honorable Desmond. Well, he used a term that wouldn't go down with so many government that they are unionist government. They will not agree to that. Anyway, and he now alleged that money exchange hands. That's why some of these people don't want to talk. Yeah. So you've been in government, one-time vice chairman, of course, acting chairman of a local government. What he said, is it true that you guys are involved?
It is true. It's true. The government encouraged unionism in what we call trade unions. The reasons are that, government is union is government.
Why don't you just tell me sorry?
Let me tell you, we wouldn't want to mention names. There are a lot of union leaders that are currently in today's government, in the forefront. And it's even part of those political patronage largesse you use to compensate those who help you to power. Where the government is getting it wrong is that they fail to distinguish between the people, the mandate they are given, and the union activities, which today is obviously very inimical to the progress of the society.
You just hold on and continue with your point after this break. Don't go anywhere. It's all about price regulatory mechanism, price monitoring in Edo State, and many things are being let out. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for staying tuned. It's all about price regulatory mechanism. Yeah, regulating prices in Edo State. Talking about the Edo State story, you've heard from my guest that whenever you make a call across Edo State to other states of the Federation, you get to see disparity in prices. And sometimes, and most times, it's like the prices in Edo State seems to be higher than that of other states. Yes, some states. And names like you mentioned, talk about cement, talk about fish, talk about food items, talk about building materials, you just name it. It's like Edo State is among, the states that have this high cost of living, and the citizens are not really happy about it, especially those living in Benin City. My guests have been throwing more light on this issue, and we're with Honorable Desmond Ugbo. He was making his point. We had to take a break. Honorable, you can continue with the points you were making.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You see, in government, when we say government is union, union is government, this is the point I'm coming from. That when any government be to be elected is coming in during our electionary campaigns, we galvanize our support through those unions. Papers union, unions in the barber salon, farmers, market unions, transport unions, name it, all the unions, we galvanize support from them. Where the government is expected to pay them back, which is very, very bad, is when you allow them, those who support you, to remain in power. Even when they are causing harm or good to the populace that you were voted to represent, you allow them to continue. Even when their activities are notorious and anti-people, you allow them because they supported you. That has been the practice in Edo State and every other state in Nigeria, in Africa climb. Whereas the government ought to have separate the support of any union from the primary responsibility of protecting lives and property, ensuring that the citizens get value for what they pay. The reverse become the case. Union activities in Edo State in particular is responsible 90% to what we see as price increment. The general outcry of the skyrocketed increment of prices of commodity and services is as a result of union. My brother Aras just mentioned that even up to the vulcanizer, they have increased their services from 50 naira to 100 naira per just pumping. If at all you are going to gauge it, it's 100 naira. Now we have the stylist, those barbing salons. Normally before, an adult do barb hair with 200. Maybe those infants or kids are given 100 card. But today is the same rate. Now the prices of those who are into building, molding of blocks, was ordinarily before 700 per bag to mold a bag of cement. It's now between 800 and 1000 per bag to mold. Now those bricklayers have also increased theirs those servicing the bricklayer in the process of building have also increased theirs. Even water supply, that hitherto was between 6,800 per tank, is now between 12 and 13,000 naira. Take for example, as at January this year, the price of a tipper load of sharp sand, depending on the area and the quality of the sand you are requesting for, was 16,000 to 20,000. It's now between 22 and 44,000. So all these are setting pointer to the fact that the union has eaten deep into the hardship, thereby perpetuating more hardship for the people and depleting or deleting the little gains the government should have made by way of setting up monetary agency to check the ISSs, and also casting blame on the government who failed and become a captive audience in a game where they're supposed to be a major regulatory agent to check the ISSs. Today, the government do know that the prices of transport fare has increased because the union of those transport services has also evolved measure to also increase the tip they give to government, they are giving to government, or the taxes that they are also paying, or the rates. It is in this state, Edo State particularly, that we see that in motor parks we have chairman chop money.
Hold on, chairman
chop money. I'm saying it on air.
Wow,
it's not hidden secret.
I'm a former council chairman. I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That in every motor park, the chairman of the motor park is giving chop money on a daily basis, not fuel money, not the one they pay for thrift on a daily basis. At the end of the month, they give it to him, in addition to what the union finally will now give to him. The reason why you see people fighting, dying to become the chairman of a motor park. In this state, we saw the former chairman of a union, transport union, was removed because they said that he was allegedly removed, or his office were blackmailed or blacklisted because he did not support the government of the day. All these are certain occurrences, and the current happening suggests that the government is a union, the union is government. Let me also cite an instance. The butcher sector, the butcher union. If you don't register as a butcher, you cannot go there to carry out the slaughtering of cow. Whereas it is not the butcher union that gave the so-called licensee the license to operate. It is the ministry in the government that gave such license for you to carry out butcher. Instead, you will have seen people butchering cow, butchering goat, and the rest of them on the road. But the government also now fail on their own responsibility, because probably they are part and parcel of the gang up against the common people to cast a blind eye at the existence of such union. Let me tell you, ladder money.
They won't have ladder money.
Yes, for cow is 10,000 naira.
Okay.
At a time in this state, it is the chairman of the butcher that collaborated with the people who are selling cow to enact the ladder money.
Okay.
It was formerly 2,000, as at the time I did my father's burial about 14 years ago, it was 2,000 that I pay. Today it's now 10,000. They build such amount of money into the overall cost of the cow. An average cow today costs between 280 and 300.
Wow.
Whereas the ladder money is supposed, according to them, to be the money for land, because it is those union chairmen and executive in Edo State that encourage those Hausa people from the north to bring in cow,
Okay.
matured cow, to come and rear here
All
and
right.
sell here.
All right.
Whereas the land money is not going to government. Perhaps some part of it is going to government by way of levies.
Thank you.
It's not going to the Oba of Benin, the custodian of our land.
Thank you.
And in all of this, it goes to show that government is union And union is government. I still support you.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, supporting him or not supporting him, you're part of government. That means
I'm telling you what we are doing, which is very bad.
Yeah, very bad.
Very bad.
And you were part of it. Then.
There.
Okay, hold on.
I'm a minority.
Minority. Okay, fine. Well, take a look at our time. Our time is up. So, Ras, you have the last take on this. I know this is a continuum. We'll come and revisit this same topic because it's affecting all of us. Undermining what Obara said, I go to the same market with you guys, so don't listen to him on that aspect. I go to the market. You understand me? So, with all this union here, union there, union everywhere, unionizing everything, how can we get out of this? Because things in Edo State are really on the high side when we talk about prices.
Well, listen, actually, the main obligatory purpose of unions was actually to protect the benefit of the consumers and the traders. That was the purpose of these unions being created. But the mistake we now have is that the union have lived their prime purpose of creation, of being in existence, to become the problem of the people, to the interest of their own selfish interest, their pocket. That is where we have problems. So now, how do we solve this problem? The only way we can solve this problem, the people have started crying already. The different sellers, the traders have started crying already, complaining. So it is now for the government to take excessive actions. The House of Assembly will be called upon. The executive arm of government will be called upon. The local government should be called upon. Let them create mechanism to control the excesses of the union on one side. Let them create mechanism to control these traders. Let them, it cannot drive to anywhere, any of the market, just to check the prices.
All right.
Because if you don't do it, these people will believe they want the word, and they can do what they keep doing, and they've been doing it for years. Whenever something goes up, it never comes down.
Thank you.
But it should be a mentality that whatever that goes up in the market, and when it goes back down in the market, they should bring it down for us.
Thank you, thank you,
So
thank you.
we plead to the state governor, to the state government, take an action now. Don't be a blind face to the reality. The people of Edo State are suffering. The price hike is hitting on us, and it's causing a lot of poverty.
All right.
That must be stopped now. If not, it will be a second explosion.
Our time is up.
More crime, more
Our time is
problem
up.
for Edo State.
Our time is up. Gentlemen, I know you have so much to say, but not to worry. We're going to revisit this same topic because I go to the same market with you guys. I know what I see in the markets. Believe you me, I do that. Gentlemen, thank you so much for a wonderful opinion. The opinion is theirs. It has nothing to do with ITV, but did their best possible to follow the rules and regulations governing the airwaves. Gentlemen, I appreciate you for all your points. Well, go to church. If you must go to church, do the right thing for you to do the right thing to get the right result. See you next week on the same platform on Sunday. Bye for now.